Well, hello everybody, and happy Wednesday, happy hump day here from the Albuquerque Hispano Chamber. Thank you for tuning in and staying with us. We had a little bit of technical difficulty today, but what would it be if we weren't learning something new every day when it comes to technology? So always want to thank our little elves behind the scene, Ms. Angelique, who takes care of us over here. So we're up and running, and I'm excited. And I am joined today by our very own Vice President, Mr. Jim Garcia.
Hey, everybody. Hey, thank you all. This is we've done a few of these now, and we're getting better every time, but big shout out to New Mexico Mutual. We really appreciate you helping us and sponsoring the series. It's been very, very well received in the community, and we get to talk about us today, and I think that's awesome. So Shannon, thank you for having me today, and let's introduce our panel here today. This is awesome.
Yeah, so we're excited. We have a great panel today. You know, believe it or not, guys, we're still open for business, if you will, though we've all adjusted to working from home and virtual working and Zooming and all these different platforms where we all connect to each other. But we have had quite a few new members come on board in April and May. And so one of the questions that we get posed to at least once or twice a day are, what are some of the benefits and why do I need the chamber now more than ever? And it actually comes from members who are already current, who are already in the membership, who said, well, wait a minute, why aren't so-and-so members? So we thought we'd pull together a fun little group of really awesome members that we have here with us to talk about some of the different benefits when it comes to membership. And so we're pretty excited about that. But I want to tell you guys something before we get started. The reason that we came up with this series and the reason that we know what topics we want to discuss is because it's real important that we hear from you guys. And in order to do that, we have had a survey out for quite a while now, and we're still using that survey to kind of gather your thoughts, ideas that you have, maybe topics that we haven't covered. And so we ask everybody, if you guys don't mind, to go in and fill out this survey. 5 questions, 5 minutes. And the purpose of the survey is pretty much to communicate with the public and help us develop the right resources to share with you during COVID. So you can find us at our main page on our website, www.ahcnm.org. And it's right there, survey, or we can even go to the benefits page up at the top. It says COVID, and you can drop it down from there. That's on every page there. And it's also pinned to the top of our social media on our Facebook page. So we'd really appreciate you guys taking the time to do that. So that's how we arrive at our topics. And so today, we want to make it a little bit about the chamber because we do feel like we offer a lot of resources and opportunities inside of the community that maybe people don't know about what we do, and even more specifics. And please keep in mind, what we're about to share with you today is very standard. It's what things come with, but we have really great ways to partner in the community, things that you may not think about. So we're going to share with you every time we go through something, a little bit, maybe that you hadn't thought of, maybe that you might go, oh, I could do that, or I have an idea around that. So today we're going to talk about the really great IT platform that we have here at the Chamber. We're also going to touch base on the committees that we have here. And we're also going to talk about the programs and training. We're going to talk about our convention and tourism department. We're going to talk about our partnerships. And most importantly, save the best for last, our events and our networking. So I'm pretty excited today. We have with us, and we're going to give them all a chance to introduce themselves, and they're going to get a chance to speak. But just so we can get going, we have with us today Sonia Armijo with PC Place. We have with us Diane Duran, who is Giddens and Gatton Law Firm. We have with us Marisol Encinas, who is with the National Institute of Flamenco. And then we have Selena, who is with Selena's Bizcochitos. It's named right after you. How can we forget that? And then we have Nicole Becerra with us, who is with the New Mexico CW, but the KRQE group all together. So she can talk with us about some of that. So one of the things, and I want to get you guys kind of involved, and I'm going to put everybody on the spot, okay? So it's all right if you don't raise your hand, but I hope everybody raises their hand. There's a couple of things that we do here at the Chamber. Some very simple ways to help people market, grow, and promote their business. Very, very simple. These types of, this list that I'm about to go over, it comes with everybody's membership. You don't have to have anything unique. It's not an add-on. It's nothing extra. It just simply comes with the membership. So we're going to talk really quick about the landing page. We're going to talk about our community calendar. And I'm going to shut my phone off. My apologies. We're going to talk about the coupons and discount board. We also have a job opportunity board, and we also have a press release board. So before I get into that, show of hands, how many of you have a landing page? Oh, awesome. Okay.
Excellent.
How many of you have used the community calendar? Ooh. How many of you have used the coupons and deals page? How many of you have used the multi-post tool for all your social media? How many of you have used the job board? You've posted because you're hiring. And how many of you have used the press release board? Awesome. Okay, so this is good because it's like half and half. So what's great about it is it lets us know that it's out there and you guys know about it, but we're probably not taking advantage to the fullest extent with our membership. And again, this is part of the membership. So take advantage. Nicole will tell us in the marketing world, if something comes at you for free, use it to the best of its ability. So I'm going to touch base really quick. The first and foremost, every single member gets a directory listing. That is like their basic name, phone number, address, fun stuff like that. However, that's great to be listed in the directory because we get somewhere about 1 million hits a month on our website. So that's great. If somebody's going to go in and look for entertainment, they might find, Marisol. If they're looking for attorneys, they might find Diane. If they need some technical assistance, computer hardware, they're going to reach out to Sonia. If they need some marketing advice, they're going to reach out to Nicole. And if they're doing some catering or events, they might reach out to Selena. Here's the problem. You can do all that, but if you don't do your landing page, you're not going to show up in the top and you're not going to show up with the big blue button that says an I in it for more information. So the landing page is very simple. It's about 8 questions. It comes to you in an automated email and says, welcome to the chamber. And you answer it, name, address, phone number, services, service hours, things like that. And then our platform, Chamber Nation, does all the work. Then they send it to you for your approval so that you can make changes and what have you. What's great about this is now it kind of like a Google, if you will, it gives you higher ranking in the searches. It also gives people more information about you. So they're more likely to stop in and go, oh, what does Selena's Bizcochitos do? Oh, okay. Well, they do catering, they do parties, they do specialty cookies and products, special packaging. They work with hotels, on and on and on. And so you can now get a little quick view of what's happening with Selena versus the time to call or look them up online. What's really great is the landing page connects to your website. So that's where you can put all the information. The landing page is just there to help people at a quick glance. But it also comes up in your SEO searches in your Google. And again, Chamber Nation can help you work through all of that. So I would recommend if you are a member and you do not have a landing page, that you get that done ASAP. And in order to do that, you can reach out to myself or Melissa at ahcnm.org and just say, I want a landing page today. And we'll make sure and forward you that email and you follow the instructions and you're done. So
Shannon, can I bring up one little point?
Yeah, please do.
Because you're going like a buzzsaw, and this is really good for members that are able to grab this. But I want everybody to really understand that there's a lot of moving parts to the chamber, your Hispano chamber here in Albuquerque. We also are the only chamber that has a convention tourism department. And with that, we bring conventions to Albuquerque. So let's just say that you're a doctor or a dentist and you know about a dentist meeting that you go to that's a regional meeting. You can bring that event to Albuquerque through our convention tourism department. And we work just like Visit Albuquerque. So when these people come into town, we're going to reach out to Marisol because we're going to need dancers for them to celebrate their event. We're going to need biscochitos, as you know, because you have to have biscochitos. So we're going to use our members for that. And so there's a powerful tool in having the convention tourism department as part of the Chamber of Commerce. So part of the membership is not just being a member using the other 1,000 members and the things that they do, but also using the convention tourism department to assist in bringing some of that. I just wanted to bring that up early, so as we get through this, people can see there's a lot of connections.
So Absolutely agreed. And we are so excited because we're going to talk more specific about that department, but it's true. And one thing that the Convention Tourism Department brings to that directory is the traffic. So again, I advise you guys to get your listing updated and get your landing page done. Diane, I know that you have done the landing page with Gins and Gann. Was it difficult? Was it easy? Give us a real quick sentence on that.
No, it's very easy. A lot of it's filling in the blanks and uploading documents. So, I mean, you take a few minutes and sit down and do it and you're good to go. It really didn't take too long at all. And we get a lot of views and exposure, and just having that resource available has been great. It's one of our favorite features of being a member of the Hispano Chamber.
So what I think is really great, and thank you for bringing that up, is that what's really, there you go. There you are, Diane. But what I really think that's exciting about that is you also scroll up just a little bit, Angelique. I want everybody just to take a quick peek to the top. Right here in the bottom corner, it says traffic totals. So those traffic totals start at the first of the month. So right there where it says directory exposures and page views, that is the data and analytics that Diane can gauge every month, whether she needs to add or subtract or change her keywords. And so the directory exposures are people that have typed into the Albuquerque Hispano Chamber directory a keyword within her body of the landing page. The page views is how many times somebody has clicked. So for instance, let's say somebody's looking for an attorney and they specialize in bankruptcy. Well, they might type that in and she'll come up in that feed, in that list. How many times they click on it is 375 times so far this month. So that's how Diane knows if she's getting a bang for her buck. She knows that she needs to update that page. But this is an example of what a landing page looks like. And I'm so excited that we're doing this because one of the things that we're going to do is put our El Portal, which is our training for new members and member refresher series on video as well. So stay tuned to that one where we get into more specifics about the landing page. One of the other features of the platform here with the chamber is our job boards. Now, the reason I bring this one up is because we've had a whole lot of reach out of people asking us, well, how can I go post, that I'm hiring? Do you guys have a platform for that? We do. You go to the ahcnm.org website, you scroll over to membership, take the drop menu, and it says job opportunities. Right, if you scroll over, it says submit. That's where you're going to submit. And look how easy this is. Literally, all you have to do is fill in the blanks. There you go. Boom. Once you've done that, it posts to a job board where people can go in and see who's hiring. So it's just an additional way of maybe you're using like Indeed or Monster or one of those. This is just another way for the local community to go, oh, I'm going to go to the chamber job board and see what's happening. So I recommend you guys checking into that. And I also want to touch base really quick on our press release board. So we have a lot going on in the community right now, and the news and the media, if you will, in general, is hard pressed right now to pick stories, but they're reaching out to us daily, asking us for feel-good stories or businesses that do A, B, or C. And so what's really cool about the press release board is it's as simple as the job opportunity board. You go in, you fill out the information. And what we've done at the Albuquerque Hispano Chamber is we've connected that board, once you hit submit, to about 14 different partners in the media world. So this is going to go to news desks. This is going to go to radios. This is going to go to magazine and print layout, the journal, people that we've partnered with. And when you submit that, it goes to their desk. Now, we're not saying they're going to pick it up, and it may not be tonight's News at 5 story, but they'll be aware of it. And people get calls back like that because a lot of people don't know how to submit a press release or who to submit it to. So we've done the work for you. So I would recommend getting familiar with that. The other thing that's really important here on our platform is our calendar. So how many of you guys have used the community calendar to promote your events before? Everybody? Awesome. Well, that community calendar is another great way for people to know what you're doing in the community. And again, it's not about just events. You could be promoting a meeting or a special that you have in your business. Selena might be saying, hey, buy one, get one free this month, or do this and get 10% off. You go and you set the time, the amount of time you want to have that special from the 1st to the 30th, what have you. And it goes to the public board. Again, we're getting close to 1 million hits a month on our website, and most of it comes to the community calendar. So I would say always use the community calendar. Submit anything and everything to the community calendar, because you might catch the eye of somebody you don't otherwise know. And again, we're going to get into the specifics on that when we do the training. So that's just an example of our IT package, and some different things. We have a jobs and coupons. We have a multi-post tool. There's so much. But I think what I wanted to say before we move on is, did you guys know all about this, the panel that we have with us today? Were you aware that we had all of that?
No.
So how exciting is it that today, Jim, we got to share with 5 members something new? And what's amazing is that we do El Portals once a month. We do so much, but because we change so much here and they give us new opportunities constantly, we have to keep up. So,
so it's funny you say that. I have all of our membership services that I have right here, and nothing on this entire sheet has anything to do with what we just talked about. So if you want to animate your business, if you want to promote your event that's coming up, you literally do it yourself. You go, you access our tools, it goes into place. And when we're hitting 1 million people a month with just our activity, it's worth it for you guys to know all that. So none of that is even on my little cheat sheet.
It got made before we did this, so because that IT platform changes a lot. But again, take advantage of what you're already paying for. It's part of your membership. I hope that everybody reaches out and asks, because this is where the value comes in, and it's worth way more than what you're paying for your membership if you're using it correctly. So we're excited about that. Yes, Sonia.
I agree. I thought I had stabilized a landing page. I obviously did not. I do not remember downloading any of those pictures to anything, or our pictures to any of that. So I might have done it wrong or just not did it properly.
Well, thank you for bringing it up. And what I'll do is I'll make sure that Melissa reaches out to everybody and sends you the link. And again, out there, if anybody needs that information, let us know. We'll resend your link out, because again, it's just a great way for you guys to promote your own business. So with that being said, there are so many benefits of being a chamber member. And one of them is how involved that you can be in the community and with our membership. And that comes in a lot of different ways, but today we're going to select just one to talk about, and that is our committees. And so our committees, we have about 8 committees that have a chair, a vice chair, a secretary, and some of them have treasurers because they have their own budgets. And we have health and wellness and community outreach, and we have a comité, which is a Spanish-speaking committee. We have a government affair. We have so many. We can go on and on. We have a small business, but our strongest committee, and the one that no matter what is happening stays with us and sticks true to being amazing members of the chamber, is our ambassador committee. So today with us to talk about the ambassador committee and what it entails and how you become a member of that is Miss Sonia Armijo. So please introduce yourself, tell us about your business, and then tell us about the ambassador committee.
Good afternoon. I'm Sonia Armijo. I'm with the PC Place. We're doing curbside and remote services right now for computer services. We don't have too much to offer, but we are okay. Everybody's working from home. Everybody's doing school from home, so we're okay. The reason I joined the ambassador committee, I heard so many good words about it, and I was invited to an event at one point, and I did get a lot of that first event. A client came in, and he is a member of the chamber, and he's been a client ever since. So I decided to join the ambassador committee. And when I joined that committee, there was so many doors that opened for us. There was the ribbon cuttings, all the working events, which is the Get Crafty, the what is the other one we do? Biz Gratis. And well, there's so many, right? So I got to know many new people, business owners, professionals that have contributed to our business through the chamber. And with our committee, what we do is we we come together to help each other's businesses, right? And as well as other businesses that are members of the chamber through networking and marketing assistance or guidance in any way. So I believe that being in the ambassador committee and being a part of this committee has really helped our business in every which way, whether it's through meeting the right people that need your help or someone that can help you with any necessity that you may have. And I have used many.
Sonia, how many ribbon cuttings have you been attending?
I am so sorry, Jim. I can't even count the ribbon cuttings I have been to. But it's awesome. It is the best experience. And that's where I meet most of my clientele.
So what I think is really great about something you said, to expand on it a little bit, is, one of the things that we really like to do is we like to say that you guys are, an extension of what we do here in the membership department. You're an additional body, additional person. But one thing that you guys really do is kind of goodwill on behalf of the chamber. And I think that's what's so important. And you guys represent the chamber so well, but that committee is open and can bring in many more members. And we need many more members in there. So tell us a little bit about how they get involved. Can they contact you? Give us that information.
Well, can I pass that on to Diane, if that's okay with you? She does the sign it. She gets all the new members in and gets their backup contracts and all that. So she would be the right person to speak to on that category.
Okay.
She is our vice chair
Diane,
of the ambassador committee.
Okay. Diane, jump on in and then we'll, if you can answer that, and then we'll
sorry.
Your topic. No, it's great. It's because what people don't know that are out there watching is that you guys are all involved in all these committees and programs, and so nobody realizes that that's the cycle of what member benefits are. So Diane, please jump in.
Well, it's really easy to get involved. You do have to be a member for at least 3 months before you can apply to be a member of the ambassadors. But during that 3-month waiting period, we invite you to come and join us for a meeting so that you can get to know the rest of the ambassadors and get an idea for what we do. And there are a few other requirements, like we ask that you attend a ribbon cutting, and we ask that you do the El Portal so that you are aware of all the benefits of the chamber. But after that waiting period, you can talk to either myself or Sonia or our chair, Jennifer, and we can get you the applications, not very long. And then we pretty much kind of move from there. But we really, before we move forward with that process, want you to be, involved with the chamber and kind of get to know all of the features. And we're happy as the ambassadors to kind of help you explore those and find out what opportunities are there and see if you have the time commitment and the interest to really get involved. But even if you decide it's not for you, because it may not be for everybody, we're just happy to promote the chamber and help you make those connections and really get the most out of your membership.
So I think what's really exciting is that, as an ambassador, you really get to go out and meet all of the new members. Some of them are new business owners, and you're really in the forefront. So, businesses, they need an attorney they can count on. So Diane gets to leave her card and her information in case they ever need her. And new businesses need technical support. So Sonia gets to go out and meet them and share her business, and they need marketing and media. So they get out to meet Nicole, and why not welcome everybody in with Biscochitos or for your grand opening, so they get to meet Selena and she can share what she does. And so it's a circle. It's the circle of membership life here. And it's a really great program, but the committees really open doors. And I think that's what we need to be cognizant of. No matter what committee you choose, that just happens to be the committee that is out having fun and meeting all the members and sharing what they do. But there's so much that committees do. They set a lot of our policy here. They help us with a lot of our events. And so I would recommend you guys reaching out to us if you're interested in one of those committees, and we'll get you the information. Thank you guys both on that. So now we're going to jump into a little bit about one of our other departments here at the Albuquerque Hispano Chamber, which is our Barelas Economic Opportunity Center. We lovingly call it the BEOC here. And that is headed by our director there, Tessa Lotson. And then also, we call him Paco, but Francisco Reyes, who work in that department to really help with programs and training that are available to the membership. So now we've talked about all of your IT package. We've talked about getting involved in committees. And now let's talk about doing some business training. And so today I've invited a good friend of the chamber who's been around for many years and who supports us and has actually had a great experience in one of those programs, Miss Selena with Selena's Bizcochitos. So Selena, what I'd love for you to do is we're going to just touch base on about your business, most importantly, and what you're doing now during the COVID time. But I want to talk about the Avansad program and how that has helped you and what you learned from that.
So I'm Selena Greif. I'm co-owner of Selena's Bizcochitos, and right now we are doing a lot of curbside and deliveries and shipping. We've remained open, just not, our doors are just not open. We have enjoyed the whole Avansad program. Are you all getting me? Because it looks like my internet's slow. Okay, so Avansad has been great. It was really wonderful to interact with a lot of other business owners who are really experienced in their businesses, have been in business 5 years or more. And we have actually learned a lot from it just by interacting with those other business owners, whether it had to do with finance, whether it had to do with legal issues, whether it was with financing issues. There were just so many different things, marketing, all of it. It was 8 months, I think, worth of classes. And just in those classes and the interactions, and sometimes you would express something that was going on personally during that time that you were taking the class. And, you'd have these other business owners who actually were able to interact with you, which was wonderful. So it was really a very, very good program to have. And even now, during this whole last 2 months, I know that a couple of us have reached out to one another. What are you doing? How can we help you? Have you heard about this program or this program? This way we could kind of try to help each other to try to adapt to what we're dealing with right now.
So I think that that's exciting. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring up a screen share here really quick, because what I want to share with you guys is the success that we had from the first cohort, the inaugural cohort of the Avansad program was nationwide. It was absolutely phenomenal. There was 2 states chosen to do that, and New Mexico was one of those states. This program is hosted and sponsored by the United States Hispanic Chamber of Commerce in partnership with Wells Fargo. So this is grant money that's given out to chambers, and hopefully that they can produce a program, if you will, that would really help mid-level businesses. And that's what Avansad is all about, those mid-level businesses. So the reason I want to just take a minute on this is we are actually out recruiting for our second cohort. So we're excited. We have about 10 spots to fill. There is some specifics that you need to meet, and when it comes to criteria, you must be in business under 1 million a year in revenue. You must have at least 3 years of established operations for your business. You must be a scalable enterprise. So you have to take a look at that. We have to say, okay, can we, what is it that you're doing? Sometimes franchises, things like that may not fall within that space, but we'll take a look at that. And you have to obviously be a member in good standing with the Hispano Chamber to do so. Once you've done that, once you feel like you've met that criteria, then you can hop onto the link and then fill out the registration sheet. And from there, they'll be able to let you know. So if you're going to be able to be part of the program. So here is some of the topics that they cover that Selena was talking about. Everything from leadership to SOPs, hiring and firing, marketing, advanced e-commerce. We also even have a whole session on succession planning, because a lot of the small mom and pop businesses are family owned businesses. And what does that look like? How do you get your finances under control, and how do you turn that business over to a family member, a child, a spouse, another family member, to make sure that it sustains for generations? So the program is really exciting. It's awesome. It is definitely not a lot of time. It's once a month for 8 months. But we have had nothing but great success with the first cohort. And so congratulations to Selena and the whole team that completed from front to back. I think we lost somebody in the first week because of a personal matter, but it's been really great. And that's just one of the programs we do at the Chamber. There is so many. We have a whole a veterans program. We have an Emprendedores, which is a bilingual Spanish program. And it's the same concept, but for Spanish entrepreneurs at the beginning level. We could go on and on, but again, as a member, we work with you and we kind of see where your business is. If you're a brand new business, we have this program. If you're a mid-level business, we have this program. And so we're excited that we have these programs to offer you. And so we want to thank Selena for completing that program. And I want to thank you for letting me know you're open for curbside, because I got to have my red chili biscochito. I'm going crazy. So now we've talked about 3 aspects of membership. And so now we want to move over to our head of convention and tourism, who is also our vice president here at the Chamber, Mr. Jim Garcia, to share with us just a little bit about the convention and tourism department. And then we'd like to bring Marisol into this conversation.
Well, thank you, Shannon. I appreciate that. Thank you all for your time today. We really appreciate you sharing your stories with us. We have a convention tourism department. Our convention tourism department is funded through a partnership that we have with the city of Albuquerque through a lodger's tax extension, and we're a contractor with the city. With that, we get 2 trunks of money. One is a trunk of money that helps us run the department, and then we have another trunk of money that comes in for marketing, and we utilize all those resources. We have a small team of 5 people that do a lot of work. We've been able to host some very, very large events and conventions. We've been very creative, and we were able to reach out to MAFA, which is the migrant farm workers, and we actually took an event they had scheduled and they were going to postpone, and we actually rescheduled them. I helped them fund some extra marketing dollars to bring their event here to Albuquerque. And we just had the United States Hispanic Chamber of Commerce do their annual meeting here, and it was one of the most successful events they've had in the last 10 years, and raised more money than they have in any event in the last 10 years. We also host and sponsor the Gathering of Nations, the largest powwow in the United States. We just recently helped them with their event. We sponsored it. It was a virtual event. We still went on. The show must go on. We are doing that. We're going to be doing that with Festival Flamenco, which is a 9-day event that's coming up. Marisol is with us today. Thank you for taking the time to be with us to tell us a little bit about that. We also sponsor Global Kirky, a big event here. Mariachi Spectacular, which is another training series, of 1 week of training at the convention center. We have different mariachi classes. Friday night is an event that is down at First Plaza, and then Saturday night is the big event that's at Sandia Casino. So there's a number of events that we do that are cultural events. Our convention tourism department really targets the Latino markets, Latinx markets, and Native American markets, and we do a lot of work through that, with that. So with that, I would love to tell you that Festival Flamenco is one of the largest flamenco events in the country. We are the talk of the entire world when the event is on. It consists of 30 workshops, 33 years. Marisol, you have been doing this. We average 5,500 students and patrons that come to this event. Tell us a little bit about you and your background. You are a world famous flamenco expert, and tell us about your whole event too. You have to unmute yourself.
Sorry, I forgot to unmute. So actually, I'm part of some of those ma and pa businesses that you guys were just talking about. My mother actually founded our institute in 1982, so we're celebrating 38 years of our institute this year. But my grandmother actually had a dance studio on Edith and Candelaria. So my family's been producing art in Albuquerque for generations, for over 50 years. And on top of that, she was a dancer. She danced with an uncle of mine who had a studio on Lead and 2nd Street in the early part of the 1900s. So anyway, all that to say that my family's been here for a long time. We're New Mexicans and we do flamenco. And part of what we've done is we've built energy, and our business has grown over the many decades. And one of our flagship events is Festival Flamenco Albuquerque, and it's actually the largest and oldest flamenco festival in the world outside of Spain. And so we get thousands of people that come here. We bring in every year we bring in 50 to 60 artists that come to perform and teach here in Albuquerque, and participants come from around the world to study here because of our format, our educational format and presenting format of flamenco during that time. So this year, with COVID, we were going to be celebrating our 33rd year, and obviously we had to postpone the in-person component of that. But what we decided was to kind of see what we can do as far as creating gala performances where artists are performing from their homes in different places, being creative as an artist and figuring out how to continue to share your art with people in our community. So we're very excited to be able to continue to offer online classes. Our festival this year will happen from June 12th through the 20th. And I just want to say that this has happened, our festival has been able to continue for many years also because of the support of the Hispano Chamber. So the Hispano Chamber has been an important partner and supporter of our work, and we want to thank you for that. But we will be offering this year workshops from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. in the afternoon, music and dance workshops, as well as history classes for youth and adults. In the afternoon, we're going to be doing kind of a panel discussion 3 days of our festival with artists and people who work within the flamenco industry who are talking about flamenco in the time of COVID in different capacities. And then every evening at 8 o'clock, we're going to be streaming a live performance. Pre-recorded live performance. So somebody performing in their house, some people from Jerez, Spain, some people from Albuquerque, some people from Los Angeles, some people from Madrid, Sevilla, and they will be performing, we will be streaming this through Vimeo. So we're able to move forward this year. We're kind of doing it as a celebration of flamenco and of our festival. And I want to thank the Chamber for helping us to be able to do that.
Thanks, Marisol. That's exciting. There's so much to do, and I'm going to have Jim do some wrap up on the festival. But I want to talk to you a little bit about the membership. So, what's exciting about the Albuquerque Hispano Chamber is that we have a convention and tourism department, which I think sometimes people don't quite understand what that is. We're familiar with it, and the community at large is familiar with what we do because of the concept of Visit Albuquerque. But one thing that's really unique to us is that we really focus in the Native American and Hispanic markets, which obviously flamenco falls, right in. But what are some of the benefits? What are some of the things that you can remember doing with the chamber over the years? I can think of a couple off the top of my head, but what are some of the things that maybe somebody that doesn't, because you're in a unique type of business. And what are maybe some of the things that they could look forward to if they were a member with the chamber?
Well, I think the networking idea, as far as being able to network with other people within the Hispano Chamber, as well as we just moved into a new space, a new building last year, and the Chamber came out and did a ribbon cutting with us, and they also helped us to be able to advertise that and market that to a larger community. So that was really huge for us.
One of the things that we did in the past, which I loved, is we do a women's event once a year, and it's about the mujeres and, what can we do to support them in business and in their career paths. And we have been able to use the tablao, and we've been able to use the performers from the Institute to be able to support that. And so we really appreciate that. So there's just a lot of ways to partner that I don't think people really think about. Oh, how could I use I have an entertainment business, or I'm in that type of industry. What could I do? And so I think that a phone call to us and let us know what you're about. We can connect you to some of these partnerships. And we're going to talk about partnerships in a minute so that we can help be part of that success. And then, of course, support your success in the community. So, Jim, do you want to say a few words about the festival coming up?
You know, I'll tell you, we're promoting this. We are tightening our belt, our money belt, but we're still being a partner. We reached out to Flamenco and we said, we are going to be a partner with you. We're going to make this happen. Our cultural events have to happen. It's very significant to our community. And, you know, with Nicole and all the help that Bill Anderson and KRQE has been helping us to promote, we're able to animate just so many different things and sell the city. We are ahead of the game. Our new marketing plan is coming up for Convention Tourism Department, and we're going to tell the world that Albuquerque is open for business, that we are COVID friendly. We're hot, we're good, we're ahead of the game. We're socially distanced automatically by our whole arena that we are in here, and we're ready for open for business and bring your events here. So thanks, Shannon.
We're excited about that little bit of information, which a lot of people don't necessarily know all that. We're going to touch base on that in another webinar, but Jim is so correct in that, you know, we're in hot weather. We are naturally social distanced. We have a lot of large venues that can take care of that. So as we begin to reopen and kind of regenerate that part of our community and that industry and hospitality for sure, we're hoping to see some traffic through our state and be able to rebuild in the convention and tourism. So thank you guys both. So speaking of Bill Anderson and KRQE, I'm excited because we have with us today a good friend of mine, Miss Nicole Becerra. So I'm going to have her take over. But what we wanted to tell you guys is another really great key component of the chamber is our partnerships. Now, a lot of times people will not do a landing page and they don't use a community calendar and they don't use convention and tourism and programs and all that, but they say, hey, wait a minute, Albuquerque Hispano Chamber, I have a great idea and I would like to create a partnership. And I'm not sure. Coming up. I knew that was coming up. So we're going to hold on some of those partnerships because we want to give Nicole some time to talk about it. But we'll probably outline a couple of really big partnerships that you may not know started at the Albuquerque Hispano Chamber. So Nicole, take it away.
Yes, so our partnership has been amazing in both ways. For myself, I'm a part of the Ambassador Committee with Diane and Sonia, which is an amazing committee. And just like you said, we're part of ribbon cuttings and we get to see every single new membership and offer, if not some advice, our own service, which is very beneficial to both parties. And so that committee is great. You guys come on once a month on New Mexico Living with Chad and Alexis, and you talk about upcoming events and you always highlight your new members. And so our partnership has been very, very beneficial in so many different ways, from the events that we attend to what we can do to help you, like Jim said, with upcoming events. And so it's been an amazing partnership.
So what I think is super exciting about what Nicole is talking about is just think about this for a minute, guys. Let's say that you are a company. And what I love about what Nicole is saying is Nicole works on the corporate side of business. You know, she's not the small mom and pop. She's working on a larger scale. So this is really great for some of our corporate partnerships that we have and how we work with them. Because people say, well, why would Walmart be a member of the chamber? Well, I'm going to tell you why in a minute. But a lot of it has to do with how we interact with each other and what we offer to the membership. So one thing that I would say to you guys is if you have an idea that you think may be great for the community or for our membership, reach out and let us know, because that's how the partnership with KRQE came on. They've been a member forever. And yes, we use them for certain media things and, you know, they come to certain events, but this was a partnership that we actually sat down and went bullet point by bullet point to decide what could we do. We could do this monthly with you. You could do this monthly with us. And we worked it out to a point that they are just such a huge partner. And every day, what we do here at the Chamber has to do with one of their stations or one of their initiatives that they're doing. And that's what we like to do, is partner on big things. So with that being said, part of that partnership comes down to how they interact with our membership and specials maybe that you can't get if you're not a member elsewhere, and deals that you can get for advertising with them. So Nicole, share with us a little bit about that benefit for the members.
Yes, absolutely. So all of your members get a voucher to use with KRQE Media Group. I represent my 50 in the CW, and so everybody is given a voucher, and you can come on New Mexico Living, which is a lifestyle show with Alexis and Chad, and talk about your business, everything local. So it's two of you guys on here have taken advantage of that, and it's been so amazing for their businesses. And so I'm very grateful, not only professional relationships, but also personally. The people that I've met, a lot of times, even if I can't help them, I spoke to somebody today that they can't advertise because they're corporate. And so I asked them to give, or actually she wants you to give her a call to become a member because she's looking for recruiting options. And so even if I can't help them, the relationships that we've built are amazing.
So I think that Selena and Marisol need to be on your list of people
Yes.
to call to help support their businesses. One, because right now it's really great to see small businesses like Selena. They're being creative and they're doing what they can to stay open and keep their staff going during COVID. And then I love how Marisol and team over at the Institute has kind of pivoted in order to stay relevant and keep their events going during this time, and how they're engaging with their students. And so I think that these are really great things to get out. But again, developing partnerships. So that brings me to a couple of really great partnerships that we have in the community. One of them is with Walmart. Walmart has been a really great partner that we do a lot of stuff with them. We have great partnerships with New Mexico Gas Company, with PNM, with Bricon, Module Sperling, Law. I mean, we could go on and on. We have individual partnerships. You know, right now this webinar series is a partnership with New Mexico Mutual. We just finished one with Square. These are companies coming to us and saying, hey, we have an idea. How could we facilitate? How could we help to develop that? And one of the best examples we have of partnership is the Mariachis de Nuevo Mexico. And I'm going to bring Jim on to talk about this for a quick second. But the bottom line is this. They knew a couple of years ago that they had to reach out to the community, and they needed a organization that they thought had a good reach and could really get the word out about this new mariachis program and how we could support that in through not just the chamber, but through our love of culture. Because I mean, mariachis, sugar skulls, calavera, all of that was so exciting, and we jumped on it like that. So Jim, tell us about that phone call from John Traub.
Sure. So we're about community, culture, and commerce. And so we got a call from John Traub. He said, hey, can we meet? And he said, so the meeting, he said, hey, we have this Mariachi de Nuevo Mexico series coming up, and we kind of want to do this, but we don't want to like offend anybody. So we want to get your take on this thing. And the whole time we were just shaking our head, Ernie, our CEO, and myself. And we said, you don't understand this. Mariachi is when you're born mariachi, when you're baptized mariachi, when you're quinceañera mariachi, when you die, it's mariachi. We celebrate everything in life. From the beginning to the very, very end. So whoop it up. And so we want the party outside, bring it outside. So we brought the folklorico dancers outside. We brought the party outside and brought it in. And we animated this so much so that they didn't just win the Copa de División Cup one year. They won it 2 of 2 years. And they won it because it was sales. Thursday to Thursday, Saturday to Saturday, the days they picked, they nailed it. The merchandise sales. It was not just how many people attended, but how they animated the community. And so we were welcomed with them to animate it. We were invited to all of the games. Our ambassadors were dressed up, and I showed you all the costumes that we had. And we basically just said, we're going to take it up and we're going to show everybody how we party in New Mexico, because we can do this not just on Cinco de Mayo, we can do this every single day. And John Traub will give us credit. If you ask him, how did this happen? He will not make a statement without saying, the Albuquerque Hispano Chamber of Commerce came in and showed us how to do this and how we were going to animate our culture. And we just took it up a notch. So Shannon, has been a great partnership. Right now, it's still a great partnership. We're still going to have some events. We don't know how many this year, but just so you know, we actually had a party on the same day that it was supposed to be opening night. We actually had our own party with that, but it was a great partnership. It still is, and we're looking forward to the series. Thanks, Shannon.
No, I want to bring up 2 points because I think it's super important that for people that are out there, organizations that are out there and they're talking about how to partner, I think that there's a couple of key points. First of all, the reason that the Isotopes really, Isotopes Mariachis de Nuevo Mexico, the slash there, have really said thank you to the chamber and have really embraced our partnership and our relationship is because that award that they've won 2 years in a row, for what you guys don't realize, that's out of the entire country. That's like the first year was like 60 teams, the second year was like 84 teams or something crazy like that. So we're talking culture in New Mexico, that idea of what we do here that nobody else does in the country is huge, and to win it twice, unheard of. And so that really lets us know that through partnerships that we can create just about anything. And with that being said, what's really great about that partnership is what it does for our membership. So I'm going to give you an example. For the mariachis, we used food and catering, we used dancers, we've used face painters, we've used musicians, we've used businesses to come advertise on the mezzanine during our time on the platform. We've used so many different members that we have been able to really, in a weird way, support their little ecosystem. So every time we have a partnership, even like with KRQE and their group, no matter who it is, we use our members. So the bigger the partnership, the better the partnership, the more the membership gets a benefit out of that. So thank you to the Isotopes and thank you to KRQE and all of our partners out there, because what you guys do is really support the membership in the end in the community. And I think that's super important. And speaking of community, we have come to our favorite part of this webinar. And I know, guys, I shouldn't say I saved the best for last, because being a member and all the benefits is the best, but this is definitely our favorite part. So when we were thinking yesterday, who should we reach out to? Who does, who comes to the events? And, like one name came, one name came up, because she doesn't miss an event. She doesn't miss a meeting. She doesn't miss a training. And she's really here to share with us the importance of what networking does for your business. And that is Miss Diane Duran with Gins and Gatton. So if you could take it away, Diane, tell us about what's going on in the legal world, and then tell us all about your benefit and your connections through networking with the Hispano Chamber.
Okay, so my name is Diane Duran. I'm the marketing coordinator for Giddens and Gatton Law. We focus primarily on bankruptcy, creditor and consumer defense and protection, as well as some corporate litigation and business law in general. So we do quite a few different fields, but we're a very small firm. And so as an attorney, as a law firm, we have to compete with big names like Ron Bell and Bert Parnall and even Montreal Sperling, these really, really big companies that have a much bigger marketing budget than we have. So with the Albuquerque Hispano Chamber of Commerce, it's a wonderful opportunity to kind of get everything done in one spot. They have opportunities to network, they have opportunities to market, they have opportunities to learn and grow and develop your business. And it's been wonderful. It's been a great investment for us. And we were members for a few years before I really started getting active. And I can speak all day long about how important it is to really get involved and use the resources, because until we started doing that, we really didn't see too much of a return. So you really have to put in some kind of effort in order to get the most out of it. I mean, there were some things you were talking about at the beginning that I didn't even know about. And I do like to take advantage of all the opportunities. I love the networking events. I've made some wonderful friendships and business connections. We're currently working with KRQE with some of our marketing stuff, and it's gotten us some great exposure. And as other people have said today, it's opened doors that normally wouldn't have been there for us or that we wouldn't have been aware of. So overall, it's just been a wonderful experience. I love being a part of this chamber. And I like the friendship and just the bond that I have with the people that are a part of it. So I have nothing but good things to say about it.
So what I think is what I really love about the networking component of what we do is, first and foremost, that's what most people join for. They want to be able to go where there's a crowd of people, whether that is going to be virtual now or in person. We will definitely bring the people in order to share your business and what you do. And, they say 20 times creates a habit. So the more you come, the more you get involved, the more you meet, the more you hand out that card or send an email, the more likely those people are going to say, oh yeah, computer repair. What was that girl's name again? Oh yeah, Sonia. That kind of consistent thinking in your head helps with those connections. But I know that firsthand, connections work. And that's because recently, right after our very last event that we could have in person, I connected Diane to, it happened to be my brother's business, who happened to be at the same breakfast, and they connected, and Ginzingan took care of him like that. And what I loved about it, Diane, is you guys were quick, efficient, and it was very simple. They made it very, very simple. And I think the goal is when you're doing those connections that you are being responsive and that you are being appreciative, because that's how he felt. He felt like they called me right away. They let me know that it was going to be a day or two before they could get me what I needed. And those are important feedback. That's important feedback for everybody to know. But it started at a networking event, at a connection that he didn't even know he needed until it fell in his lap. So you never know who you're going to meet. So I thought it would be kind of fun to go around the room, and Jim, you're included in this. So I'd love to hear from you guys, who or what company, or if you don't want to say a name, that's fine, but who have you met at a networking event at the Chamber that has really either driven traffic to your business or created a partnership or a friendship or something that you can take away when you walk away from that event? So Diane, I'm going to start with you.
Mine would be Nicole. We didn't think we could do television advertisement. We didn't think that we had the budget for it or could reach the amount of people that we have. And she has gone above and beyond to help us get the exposure that we were looking for and do it in a way that we could afford it with our budget. It's been wonderful. Love working with her. And hopefully I'm looking to see if maybe I could do a partnership with Sonia soon. So that's something I'm going to be working on when I come back. So that's just a preview. But yeah, I guess I would have to say one of these two lovely ladies have been one of the bigger connections.
Great. And then again, what's really exciting is it forms friendships. I really love that. So Sonia, I'm going to come to you next because you guys are the 2019 Technology Company of the Year with the Albuquerque Hispano Chamber. Most votes in the history of the nominations. And that's because you guys do a lot of business and a lot of advertising. So tell us who's been a big connection for you or a partnership that you've created.
Well, I'm going to have to go with Diane. I mean, KRQE, it was, I mean, once we got on TV, we blew up even bigger. But I would have to say that the number one was the Chamber, because that's where we began. And that's how our business grew from the beginning. And now this previous year, 2019, we have taken up KRQE, and it has been it's been a great experience. Just like I said, with the Chamber, you guys helped us out a lot. I can't even begin to explain all the ways that you guys have helped us, because we have gotten customers and business through just word of mouth, or just going up to the right person and mentioning the right thing. They always have an answer for something that you need. It's
so
just
you're
wonderful.
going to be our poster child for membership. I'm calling you for a testimonial. Thank you so much. Selena, I want to come over to you. What have been some of the connections you made, maybe even during the Avant-Sade, but share with us.
So I would have to say, I mean, we've been a member for, I don't know, a few years now. And actually, I'm just like Sonia, I really thought we had a landing page. And then once you showed it, I was like, I don't have a landing page. And I don't think I've utilized everything that I could have utilized. I have to say, the people that I've connected with, Shannon, you have been so helpful to me as far as including us in different events, participating in Avant-Sade. I have to say that one person through Avant-Sade that I got to know was Ariana with Cervantes. And she was really helpful with different things while we were taking the class. And, just having someone else's perspective who works in production, kind of like we do, was really helpful. I mean, dealing with employees and, maybe seeing things from a different point of view. And she really helped me with that. So I would have to say her because she was helpful. But Shannon, you have been very helpful to us as far as the more I'm getting to know people. And it's kind of a shame that some of this stuff has gone on in the last couple of months because I don't feel like we've gotten as involved as we would have been, participating in the events, which I kind of felt like we were starting to try to get a little bit more involved with the Hispano Chamber. So, I'm looking forward to when we can do that again. get to meet people. And I did meet Sonia at one of the events. I don't know if she remembers me or not, but we talked briefly at the USHCC event at the museum. And so I got to talk to her briefly, and that was really nice. So, so there's just a lot of people that I would like to get to know soon.
I think that's great. And Ariane, she's a great member and a great friend. And I think that her story is just brilliant because it's not always about the baby business or you've been in business 5 or 10 years. She's been in business 20 plus years and still was able to go through that program and learn and mentor too. She's been really great. So I'm really glad that you brought that up. It's great to partner with a business that is in your industry that you can share best practices with. So I love that. Marisol, tell us about a connection that you've made or a partnership that you've done with the chamber.
Well, I would say as well, just kind of partnering more specifically with the chamber in general. Like you said, that so many things have come to our organization, or we've met so many people, we've been able to perform. And like you mentioned earlier, Shannon, going to our tablao at the Hotel Albuquerque, connections with people from Module Sperling, other organizations, board members that we've been able to make connections with, people who have a tie to the work that we do, cultural connection, and have supported our organization. And I would say I'm like Selena, and that I thought, I'm going to be speaking with our marketing team and making sure that we're taking advantage of everything that the chamber has to offer. I think that all of the platforms that you have are incredible. And it's really great to be I look forward to continuing to be able to network with people and growing a network of people that we're working with within the chamber.
I love it. Nicole, tell us about either a company or a business that you've met that has really made a change with what you do in your daily business.
So of course, it's going to be Diane. Diane trusted us. They were, I think, 30 years in business and had not ever done TV. And she not only trusted us, but they have done amazing. And their commercial came out great. They're an amazing company, Giddens and Gaddens. It's just been a great opportunity to work with them. Of course, Sonia as well. I've worked with Sonia. She has done great. She's on the show a lot. So I have more than that, but these two women I work really closely with, and we have an amazing friendship.
Great, awesome. Jim, tell us about a unique partnership that maybe we haven't all thought about that started with the chamber.
Okay, so I would never have had a live webcam at Balloon Fiesta on my RV overlooking the field if I had not have partnered and met the lovely lady here, Miss Nicole Becerra. So that's one cool thing. So we've made a lot of great friendships here. Anthony Tenorio, Dennis Garcia, Mary Gallegos, Martinez, our chair. And I want a big shout out to Norm Becker with New Mexico Mutual. We had our annual meeting there at their office, and it was an unbelievable day. They let us take over their entire office, and it was beautiful, well-designed building. It's just awesome. So thank you to Norm Becker and all the people at Mexican Mutual for all of that. But, I got 1,000 members. I could go on for a long time, but just right here on the screen, the people that I'm looking at, God bless me for being able to get a chance to meet you guys. So thank you all for being with us today as well. Thank you.
So I'm really excited about everything that we do at the chamber. It's always wonderful partnerships, but I just want to say, almost 2 months ago, we had a gentleman reach out from Twisters who is a brand new member who said, hey, you know what? I have this idea about taking care of people during COVID. And long story short, here we are. After a couple of phone calls and solidifying, we've been able to partner with 5 or 6 other community businesses. And then every day we've had a different sponsor. And it was because somebody had an idea and a brainchild. They reached out and said, how can we make this work? And, you know, we have a partnership with the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Association, who just moved in right below my office. We have so many partnerships in the community that we do, so I can't talk enough about partnerships. And I hope that you guys learned something about that today. And really, it's about being creative.
Can I add one? I have to add this because this has just happened. Mark Freeland, who's with the Navajo Nation, they're having a lot of problems with the Navajo Nation right now with COVID. They don't have any hospitals and they're not able to get a lot of things. And we were talking with Mark Freeland last week and he said, we need dog food. And we said, what do you mean dog food? And he said, we have herd dogs. We have a lot of sheep and cattle and we have to do that. We made a connection yesterday with Petco Foundation. The community relations director called me and he said, just give me a number. How much pet food do you need? So that's a partner that just happened yesterday, and we're going to get a whole lot of dog food and cat food because of their restrictions they have. They can't even get cat food. So every day there's a new chapter that's being built here, and we're doing it one day at a time.
So before we close up, I just want to touch base and let everybody know out there that today during this hour, we have covered a lot of components of of membership here at the Albuquerque Hispano Chamber. We talked about our IT platform and the importance of taking advantage of it. And guys, we barely touched on it. We could do a whole hour on that. We talked about our committees and how important it is to get involved. We talked about our programs and our training and our Borealis Economic Opportunity Center. That's so important. We talked about our convention and tourism department that offers something totally unique that no other chambers have. Most chambers around the country don't even have that. So that's something really unique to us and how that mixes and intermingles with our membership. We talked about the importance of partnerships and how important it is to create that relationship with somebody. And we also talked about the importance of networking and events. So we've learned a lot about membership. We've also learned that during COVID, it's now more important than ever to get with the Albuquerque Hispano Chamber and get your membership updated and upgraded and make sure that you are taking full advantage of it. In order to do that, again, reach out to myself, Shannon or our navigator, Melissa at ahcnm.org, and let us help you. That's what we're here to do. We're here to help you move forward with that information and help you create something that you've probably didn't even know existed within your membership. We want to talk to you about your ideas, your creativity, your community outreach, and we want to really know. So moving forward, we're going to be working on our Ready to Open program, which I'm excited to share. We're going to roll that out this week. And we're also excited that we have spent the last 2 months really following through with what you guys are asking with our Hispano Helps program, getting you out the information that you need. And so once again, we want to say a big thank you to our partner, New Mexico Mutual, who is hosting this series for us for the month of May. We have great topics coming up, some fun ones. And off the top of my head, I can't remember them all, but there's about 8 or 10 left. And so we're excited that we get to share that stuff with you. And most importantly, that you learn from that. So remember, if you miss a portion of the webinars, or you have to leave early for something else, or you just couldn't sit through it at that time, and you want to watch it later, it will stay on our Facebook page. But most importantly, you can go to our website, www.ahcnm.org. Click on the COVID link up top, and the New Mexico Mutual platform for small business webinars will come down, and you can watch every single one. You can hear from the governor's task force. You can hear from city councilors. Every day is a different topic, something that's going to help you build in the community and get ready to reopen Albuquerque, reopen New Mexico. We can't wait to see all of your shining faces again. And we can't wait to reopen the Albuquerque Hispano Chamber campus. We miss you guys so much. So you guys all have a wonderful day. I can't wait to see you all, and we will talk to you guys very soon. Happy Wednesday.
Thank you all for attending. Appreciate it.
It was nice to see you all.
Thank you for having me.